Good morning. Why is this saying 46? Good morning. So I was just thinking about us. I was thinking about us as tissue in my breast, because it's hot. It's hot already. This is feeling like hell, and it's early in the morning. I was thinking about us and thinking about how, and when I say us, the human species in general, that's what I'm talking about, the human species. How we do not support us unless we have the title, have the PhD title behind our name, doctor, or some kind of label that one received from a community college or a university. You know, we do not respect the fact that many of us have dedicated and allotted and disciplined ourselves to sit and read on various different things that we have questioned, we don't believe in, or that we wanted to know. We took the time to educate ourselves on these things and become actual experts based on our reading, based on our personal self-experimentations, based on research from other people that question these things or study these things. We don't believe in us, and we will not fool with us unless we have these titles that many assume had to come from a university or a community college. And I find that to be, it's funny, it's kind of, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, and everybody has a right to pick and choose the type of person that they will mess with. But it's sitting down to educate yourself about things, which actually, and experimenting on your own self, which actually qualifies you to speak on certain topics, on any topic, should I say, without experimentation and knowledge that you have sat down to acquire within your person. You're actually not qualified to speak about anything. Your voice is just an actual opinion, and it's void of knowledge, experience. Yes, void of knowledge and experience. I was sitting here reading something about water birthing, and I'm a doula, also, as well as I'm a midwife student. And when I speak with us, I get bombarded. I'm also a Yoni Steam practitioner. I'm a certified holistic health and wellness consultant. I'm a Reiki master. I'm a ceremonial minister also. All of these things are certified. I've said and I paid my money to become these things. I've said and I've studied. I've experimented with myself when it came to me, even before me becoming a holistic health and wellness consultant. I used to be, I was labeled as bipolar type 2 in 2009. And I knew that diagnosis, according to me, it was not my truth. According to medical professions now, that is still my truth, because according to the DSMV, I fit these criteria that would make me bipolar. And as I argued with the psychiatrist at that time, that's everybody walking this earth. So given at any moment, bam, you stick a label on them. So with me before me becoming a certified holistic health and wellness consultant, I changed my mind. I changed my mind about the sadness that I was going through, the up and down episodes that I was having. I changed my diet, and I learned that by changing the way that I thought about things, it would help me. It did help me. I learned that by becoming more active with simple things as walking, and taking out meat out of my diet, taking out a lot of processed foods, that I lost 60 pounds within 3 months. Walking. I didn't do strenuous exercises because I figured out, for me, cardio, the extraneous cardio did not work for me. My body did not like that. I figured out it was riding my bike, it was walking, and it was swimming that did it for me. So that that's my testimony when it comes to, okay, well, how do you know this changing your mind and doing XYZ will work for you? Because I did it. So I only speak about things that I've actually experimented on myself with, to know that this actually does work when you put in the time, when you commit to you. It does work. But I get as a doula, as a yoni steam practitioner, I notice when when I market myself to women, the us that are black, what I get is all these different array of questions, and which questioning is good because you should know who you're working with. You should know whether or not they've tried their own products, how has it helped them, all those great things. But my question is always, do you ask the doctors these same questions? Because they're practitioners also, just like I'm a practitioner. Do you drill these doctors with these same questions that you're drilling me with my certifications? Because what we both did was study. What we both did numerous amounts of reading books, writing papers. But as for me, I don't know what these doctors did. I did experiments on myself to see if this will work. And in most cases, us just looks at me like, in their mind, I'm sure, and they say, this bitch, I'm giving her my money. And I'm saying the same thing. Yeah, you're giving me your money. I don't mind you asking me these questions, but I'm also asking you a question to make you think. Did you probe that particular doctor, these doctors that you went to, the same way you're probing me? Because I don't have doctor behind my name, because I don't have PhD behind my name. Does that make me not qualified to give you this information? And because now I understand, I ballooned back up to 200, and I think when I last weighed myself, I was 283. Because I ballooned back up to that weight, I understand that when we see something that says anything dealing with health, you couldn't possibly know what you're doing. And I do understand that. I do actually understand that, but I will also be quick to pull out my lab results to let them see that all my statuses, I'm in range with everything. I'm in range with everything. I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have high cholesterol. What are the main things? I'm overweight. That's what it is, and that's a big deal to some people. It's a huge deal to some people. And in moments when I get too big, it's a huge deal to me because I feel uncomfortable in my person. But I don't have any of those ailments or diseases in my body that even a person that is half my weight will have, because I understand the mind and body connection. It's about the food. It's also what you put inside of your mental that will cause a disease too. So when I think about us, it's like, okay, I get bombarded with all these questions. I understand because I'm not a doctor, but I'm overqualified in some cases in some doctors. I'm overqualified in some cases in some doctors, and I will not put that shit down, because while a doctor may give you a pill or push a pill in your face, I'm going to push you in your face. And I know that's another thing that people do not like about me when they sit down to have a conversation with me. It's, for me, I don't see the outsiders as being the issue. I don't see any outside things as being the issue. I see the actual person that I'm communicating with, that I can actually touch, to say that you're the issue with this. You've made this a problem because of XYZ, and since you have made this a problem, we need to figure out what you're going to do about that problem. And I'm just sitting here and I'm waiting for this rain to pass, and I'm thinking about this. I was speaking with another yoni steam practitioner, and she too, like many of us, we were speaking about the questions that we're bombarded with. And it's like, okay, so do you ask the other people that? Yes, you should ask me, but do you ask the other people that? And just because I may not have went to a university for this, I am teaching you, I'm sharing with you something about your health on a physical level, on a mental level, on a spiritual level. I'm covering your whole body. I understand that I may not have this certificate, but I have the experience of self, things that I've done on myself. I have the word of other clients that I've worked with. And I kind of really forgot my thought, but I think I brought it home with that. I'm just sitting here thinking about how until we get these particular stickers put on us until we get these particular stickers put on us, do people actually find truth to that, what it is that we're selling, that we're talking about? Until it's put on TV, then it's like, oh, okay, that's what it is. But see, a lot of things have been happening since antiquity. When I told a gentleman some time ago that I was studying to become a midwife, and his thing was, oh, a midwife, they still doing that? I said, sweetheart, it never left. You know, what took over is obstetricians. Obstetricians. It went from what's natural and women helping each other give births to they put it in a hospital setting. They took the sacredness of birth away and put it in the hands of people that don't even know what it feels like to be pregnant. Can never ever tell you what it feels like to be pregnant. So they stripped something away that was a woman's thing and to include the all. And he was just like, wow, you know, that you took it way back. I say that's been around since antiquity. Just like yoni stemming has been around since antiquity, if I'm saying the word wrong. But within the black culture, the black race that I was born into, many of us do not talk about these things. We don't read about these things. We know about Massengill. You know what I'm saying? We know about Massengill. We don't know about herbs. We don't know about sitting on a pot. But women from the Native American cultures, women that are Hispanic, their grandmothers are still, and maybe women from the islands, different islands, their grandmothers, their foremothers are still doing those things. I've had a woman, when I first got my certification as a yoni steam practitioner, she was like, oh my goodness, my grandmother used to tell us about this when we were younger. She would have us to do this, and I thought it was so weird, but she told me her and my aunts and all the women in the family, they've always done this. But in my particular ethnic group, we've gotten away from this. We don't talk about it. And when one of us show up talking about it, it's like, ew, dude, what? What is that? What is that? We always frowning and cringing on things that we don't actually know about. We won't read about until it becomes mainstream. We don't trust us. And I have to question, is it we don't trust us because we don't trust ourselves? Because this shit is in a book. All of this knowledge and information and ways of healing the self on a mind, body, and spiritual level, it's in a book. And it's also inside of us. I think for me, I know that for me, when I was doing these experimentations on myself and weaning myself off of all of those chemical poisons, I just pretty much started listening to my body and what it told me to do in reference to getting off of these things, in reference to healing me, because the medicines, it actually it made everything else in heighten. It made all of my inner voices come forth and say, hey, we are here and we are going to help you. So I was guided to what to do naturally for me. I was guided about certain particular herbs, what I needed to stop consuming for my body so that my body can be functioning at its highest function. And at that time, because I was just so hell-bent on helping myself, I was in a frenzy. I listened to my body completely. And because I didn't know what I was doing, so to me at that time, it was like, oh, this is fun as hell. I was like I was on an adventure with myself. And with each new thing that I tried and the old things that I put down, I started to get better and better and better and better. And you know, I disappeared from friends, and friends would see me and be like, damn, what did you do? You got that shit. And that's another thing. We always think something negative when we see a person that we have not seen in a long time and they look different in appearance, or they're speaking differently. It's like, okay, something wrong with you. You're not normal anymore. And I question even, what is the normal? What is the normal? And even still, I've always had the mentality that I've had, but I've always noticed the type of people that I were around and what they would and would not understand. So me talking different talk or crazy talk to them was actual my normal talk, that all my personalities that said, hey, we talking now. We talking now. We talking now. You fixed you, so you can also point people into the direction of them to help them fix themselves. You can't fix them, but you can tell them. You can share your story with them to help them fix themselves. But when I think about us, the human species, and also the ethnic group that I was born into, it's like us won't receive it if there's not a sticker or a label or a title attached to that name, no matter how many books I have read, other practitioners have read, no matter the wealth of information that we provide. It's like, oh, you ain't no doctor, you ain't no professional, you ain't this, you ain't that. Shit, I bet I ain't in the predicament you're in, though. I bet you that. And I bet you, if you'd stop attempting to condemn me and make me feel bad about the position that I am in, and started to actually implement some of the things that I've suggested, you would no longer be in the position that you're in either. And you would come back and you would say thank you. And you don't even have to say thank you. Being able to see the change that a person has made in their experience, that's it. That's it. I don't require a thank you nor an apology. Just help your fucking self out. Just help your fucking self out. I don't require a thank you or an apology when there's doubt from another person, because I don't doubt myself, because I know what I have put into me. That's what I know for a fact. Just in thinking about us, I just kind of shake my head and be like, wow, we're very, very interesting. And so many have been duped into the thing of, I gotta go to college, I gotta go get this degree, I gotta go do this, and I gotta go do that. And hell, some of them go do this and they go and do that, and they get a whole bunch of debt, and they are unhappy in what it is that they are doing. Very unhappy in what it is that they are doing. Just thinking about us, how we support each other, how we don't support each other, the doubt that comes up because we don't have these labels and stickers behind our name. I'm just sitting here thinking, the lack of education, the ignorance, just all of those things,